boiled over.
She was like coming after me and getting in my face. I just picked up the frying pan for protection in case she attacked me.
You're not a tenant. You're a teenager with whom she had a fight and who picked up a frying pan.
This is Judge Judy. 19-year-old Justin Hodge is suing his mother, Christine Connell, for a broken phone, the return of property, moving costs, and an illegal eviction after they had a physical altercation.
Judge, this is case number 93 on the calendar in the matter of Hodge versus Connell. Parties have been sworn in.
Mr. Hodge,
Yes.
What's your date of birth?
September 13th, 2001.
The defendant is your mother.
Yes.
According to your complaint, for the last 6 years,
Yeah.
you've been living full-time with your mother. Prior to that, you were living with an aunt.
Yeah. It's like...
Judge, just pay attention to my question.
Yes, Honor.
Had you been living with your aunt since birth until you were 13, or on and off with your aunt until you were 13?
Basically, it's just like... since 3 years old.
Was your son living with your sister
Yes.
until he was 13?
Yes.
How come at 13, there must have been some reason for which I don't have to get into it right now, but how come at age 13 you moved in?
And then she gave me a choice if I want to move to go to Louisiana or with my mom in Milwaukee, Oregon. And I decided to go with my mom.
Did you see your mother often when you were living with your aunt?
Yeah, it's like every weekend I had like overnight stays with her.
Was this, Miss Connell, a court-ordered arrangement that your son lived with your sister?
Yeah, she filed guardianship of him.
Is he your only child?
Yes.
So she took custody of your son when he was an infant,
Yeah.
with your consent, and you saw him on weekend?
Yeah, he was like 4
Okay.
months.
Okay. And since you were 13, you've been living with your mother?
Yes, Honor.
Your choice.
Yeah.
It is your claim, sir, that when you were 19, and that was September of this year,
Yes.
you and your mother had an altercation,
Yeah.
one of many fights,
Yes, Honor.
and police were called.
Yes.
It was suggested that you leave by the police,
Yeah.
and you left.
Yeah.
So you're suing your mother because you allege several things. That during the fight,
Yes, Honor.
she broke your phone,
Yeah.
and you're suing her for unlawful eviction.
Yes, Honor.
And in addition to unlawful eviction, your moving costs
Yes, Honor.
and other property. The main piece of property is a computer or some sort of a tablet.
Yes.
The phone you broke yourself, the computer is hers because she bought it. And I'm telling you now, a 19-year-old cannot be evicted from their mother's house. You can get thrown out if you have a fight.
Yes.
And the police can be called. But you're not a tenant.
Yes, Honor.
Because in September, you had no job. I assume you weren't paying rent.
No, that's not true.
You were paying rent in September.
Yeah, it's only my...
From what job?
Six Flags.
I thought you lost your job.
I was working there before, Honor, but then they...
I'm talking about in September.
Basically, I was working there until October, then I lost it then.
Well, according to your complaint, you lost your job in March.
I got rehired because they were short of staff. They needed me back.
When?
Like September 15th, I got rehired.
Well, so between March and September, you weren't paying any rent.
No, that's true, Honor.
Okay, so if you were not paying any rent and you're living with your mother,
Yes.
then you're not a tenant.
Yes, Honor.
You're a teenager
Yes.
with whom she had a fight
Yes, Honor.
and who picked up a frying pan to defend himself.
Yes,
right?
Honor. Yes, Honor.
All right. Now, you had a fight with your mother and your phone was broken.
Yes.
Let's go back to who bought the phone. Who bought the phone?
My mom did.
When did she buy the phone?
I think, yes.
Now, you want to tell me how it came about that she broke your phone in September? Tell me.
Basically, we were just arguing, then I was
Not
pretending...
basically. I don't want to hear basically.
Okay.
Just tell me what happened.
I was just, like, texting my aunt, texting my aunt to tell her I might be going down to stay with her, and she says, that's fine. Then she took it out of my hand and, like, threw it against the wall. It's not cracked, but it won't plug in. It will, like, go on and off without charging.
Where's your phone now?
It's in my pocket, Honor.
Can I see it?
Yes, Honor. There it is.
When's the last time you made a phone call with it?
Since September, but I've been using my aunt's and my friend's phone.
No, I'm asking you, why would you carry around a phone that doesn't work?
I was just going to Metro PCS and see if they can help me fix it.
Good.
Yes.
Tell me about this frying pan that you picked up
Basically...
when you and your
okay.
mother were having a fight. Not basically.
Okay. I was just like doing it for protection because she was like coming after me and getting in my face.
What was she saying to you?
She said to turn off because we were arguing about the air conditioner, and she was turning on the heat, and I turned on the air because it goes around the house apartment.
So you were arguing about the air conditioner.
Yeah, then
in September.
Yeah, coming after me, turning off the air. Then I just picked up the frying pan for protection in case she attacked me.
And what did you do with the frying pan?
Just like threw it on the ground on the hardwood floor.
Did you hit the floor with it?
Yes.
How many times did you hit the floor with it?
Probably just like a couple times. Probably like 4 times.
Couple is 2.
Yeah, 2 to
That's
4.
more than a couple.
Okay. Yes, Honor.
Did you cause any damage to the floor?
No.
Is that when your mother called the police?
No, the neighbors called the police, Honor.
Ah. Does anybody have a police report, or nobody has any evidence?
I have a couple evidence.
Do you have a police report?
No, the police never did the report. I already tried to call the Concord police, and before, they never had a police report typed.
Okay, very good.
Basically, I just have evidence about the computer.
I'd like to first hear about the computer. What kind of a computer is it?
It was just basically like an extra computer screen, so I could just like...
Not a basically.
Okay.
What was it?
It was like a extra screen I can hook my laptop to, and I can watch movies on it. And it's when I turned it on, when I get to my aunt's house, it was like cracked.
So your mother gave it to you?
Basically, not the computer. It was
Not basically.
Okay. Basically.
Not basically.
Sorry.
When you left, not.
Okay.
Hey. When you left, when the police told you to move,
I never took my laptop, but my laptop was in my...
How did you...
Basically, my laptop was in
your
my...
what?
In my filing cabinet in my old room, and I had my screen took my computer to, my aunt's computer.
Where is your laptop now?
My mom has it, she said, Honor.
Okay. And when did you get it?
I never got it yet, Honor.
No, when did you get it? When did you purchase it?
August. Sometime in August at Target.
Did you purchase it, or did your mother?
Basically, okay. I did it, Honor. I got it with my cash my friend gave me.
What friend gave you cash for a computer?
My old friend from my old work I used to work at.
How much did this old friend whose name you're going to tell me give you?
Like $300 for the computer.
Did you buy it new?
Yes, and it was at Target in Walnut Creek.
What's the name of the friend who gave you $300 for a computer?
Devin.
Devin what?
Devin was his name, Honor.
He's still alive, I assume.
Yes.
Do you still see him?
Yes, sometimes, but we usually get in arguments about stuff, but we're just taking a quick break talking to each other.
Since when?
Since the fight me and my mom had in September.
What did Devin have to do with the fight you and your mother had?
We were just like, he wasn't helping me out, he only picked me up.
Why didn't you take the laptop with you?
I was in the cops...
You took your clothes?
Yeah, the cops was rushing me out of the house.
You took your clothes?
Yes.
Most young people who were 19 would take their phone, their laptop, and throw in a couple of shirts.
Yes.
Now, so he picked you up from your mother's house after the fight.
Yes,
Devin.
Honor.
When did you stop talking to him? He's the one who gave you the $300 for the computer.
Yeah, probably like October, end of September, we were stopped talking for a little bit.
Ms. Connell, tell me about this laptop.
I'm the one that paid for it, and I don't owe him anything, but I do have it with me.
No, don't. You have the laptop with you?
Yeah.
Good. Tell me when you purchased it.
I purchased it in September.
Do you have your own computer?
Yes.
What kind do you have?
I have an HP.
And what kind did you purchase for your son?
I purchased the HP.
Where did you purchase it?
In Walmart.
Do you remember how much it was?
It was like $200.
So you have your own?
Yes.
And when you purchased it at Walmart, you gave it to your son?
Yes.
As a gift?
Yeah.
Then you have to give it back to him?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you have it with you.
Yep.
And Bird will make arrangements for the transfer of his laptop back to him.
Okay.
Got it?
That's fine.
Great. Mother turns off the air conditioner in a house that she's paying for. That's her prerogative. You don't throw a fit and pick up a frying pan. If you're a teenager living at home, your mother owns the air that you breathe.
And later today,
we're going to go further if I'm not satisfied with the answer. Do you understand that I've been doing this here for 17 years? How old are you?
22.
That means when I started to be a star, you were still pooping in your pants.
Justin Hodge claims his mother, Christine Connell, broke his phone, stole his laptop, and illegally evicted him after they had a physical altercation.
Okay, you're going to get your laptop back, young man. Do you understand?
Yes.
You don't get moving costs. You don't get costs for wrongful eviction. You probably get to say, I'm sorry for all this stuff to your mother, because it sounds to me, based upon just what you told me, that she was trying to be nice to you.
Yes, Honor.
Yeah. Your mother turns off the air conditioner in a house that she's paying for. That's her prerogative.
Yes,
and
Honor.
if you're 19 and you want to go live with your aunt, that's terrific. Go live with somebody else. But you don't throw a fit, and your mother owns the air that you breathe. We're going to make an order for the exchange of the laptop. Thank you very much. This case is over.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
My friend got it for me, not her.
He was suing me for nothing.
I don't know what's going to happen.
That we can get along and everything can be good.
Sorry, Mom.
Apology was accepted.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cooper versus Black, step forward.
Tracy Cooper is suing 22-year-old Jeff Black for stealing her exercise machine.
Mr. Black, where is Miss Cooper's exercise machine? Before you answer the question, don't conjure up, don't machinate, don't ruminate. Just think about what I'm saying to you. Where is her exercise machine? Don't look there. Don't look there, because whatever answer you give me, we're going to go further if I'm not satisfied with the answer. Do you understand me?
I do.
And do you understand that I've been doing this here for 17 years?
I do.
How old are you?
22.
22. That means when I started to be a star, you were still pooping in your pants. Do you understand me? Now, I'm asking you what today. Look here. Answer the question.
Not in my possession.
That's not what I asked you. I said, where is it today? Don't look there. Where is the exercise machine today? Don't go.
I don't
when
know.
I'm finished making you look ridiculous, I'm going to start working on her. So just answer the question, where is her exercise machine today? Let's start with what state is it in? Look at me.
Oregon?
Are you a fool? Why are you asking me with a question mark at the end of that? Is it in Oregon? Who are you?
I'm his fiance.
You're his fiance. Is he really an idiot? Is he really an idiot? Stand up. Your name?
Sarah.
Where's the exercise machine?
He sold it
Where? Where?
to his friend.
His friend who?
I don't know.
First name?
Adam.
When? Don't look over there.
About a month ago.
Were you present at the sale?
Yes.
Where did it take place?
Our house.
How many times have you met Adam?
About 5.
When was the last time you saw Adam out of your house?
He had himself and a mover that works for him come and pick it up.
See how easy that was, idiot?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen to me. He's a hustler and a bum. You want to hitch your wagon to that star? You go right ahead and do it. I'm telling you, you look like a lovely young lady. Make any big mistakes. Big mistakes last you for a long time.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tracy Cooper is accusing Jeff Black of stealing her exercise machine. Jeff claims Tracy abandoned it.
You see how easy that was? Now you can sit. When did you notify him that you wanted your exercise machine back?
April 15th, 2013.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a horse trainer.
What does he do?
He's a mover.
He's a bum. He's a bum. Listen to me. He's a hustler and a bum. I'm going to tell you why. Because I read his answer. And his answer said, she agreed to sell me the exercise machine for $500. That's if I believe him. She told him she wanted it back April 15th. Are you?
No.
A month ago. To somebody who we knew. To somebody who you knew. He couldn't give me those answers because he was trying to fool me. He was trying to figure out what to say so that I wouldn't find me. If you're an honest girl, He's not. He's dishonest. Now I want Adam's last name. I want Adam's last name.
I don't know his last name.
You're not as cocky as you were when you first came in, right?
Wasn't cocky at all.
Sure you were. All right, this is what this case is about. You made some sort of an arrangement with Mr. Black to move you from one place to another. By the way, you have a company?
I do.
What's the name of your company?
This case was not regarding my company.
Well, you did move her, didn't you?
This was not involving my company because I did not receive any type of money for this. I did this by myself to help her out because she was going through a tough situation. She was.
Listen, you want to hitch your wagon to that star, you go right ahead and do it. I've been around the track a few times myself, and I'm telling you, what I see, what I hear, you look like a lovely young lady. Make any big mistakes. Big mistakes last you for a long time. When did you purchase it?
August 16th, 2009.
Oh, stand up. We're going to ask you another question because I can't get a straight answer from him. When Adam purchased the exercise machine, when you were present for the transaction, how much did he sell the exercise machine for? Don't say you don't know.
$500.
Probably about what it's worth from 2009. Did you send her the $500?
Wasn't able to get a hold of her.
So the answer is
No.
no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by Want Justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Judge Judy, I was hoping just to get the machine back.
Can't get the machine back.
Okay.
He sold it to somebody for $500.
Okay.
The person who he sold it to for $500 did not purchase a $5,000 piece of equipment for $500. He purchased an old exercise machine that some people paid to get rid of for somebody to take out of their house. But he paid $500 for it, which is probably a reasonable deal for that person. You clearly didn't want it at some point because you were willing to sell it to him, artist. At some point, he was supposed to move you back. He said you can keep the exercise machine. I have no use for it anymore, as long as you move me from one place to another. When it came to move from that one place to another, according to you, he was nowhere to be found. So now he had your exercise machine that you told him he could have, and he wasn't moving you. So you spoke, you said, listen, you want to buy it? He says, I'll give you $500 for it. According to him, you said, fine. He sells it later for $500 and doesn't give you your money. That's what the case is about. It's very easy.
Okay.
You have anything else you don't want to say? Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy, a customer looking for a friend.
60 pages of text messages, a lot of emojis, and a lot of just personal things being shared with me.
Next Judge Judy.
I did this out of the kindness of my heart. I wasn't receiving any money for this.
The truth is that I wanted the machine back.
It was sitting in my possession for several months, and it came down to she wanted to sell it.
It is a $2,200 piece of equipment.
I sold it. Back to you.
It's unfortunate that it did have to get this far.
I don't think that he's dishonest.
That's not true. He was operating under his company name
I think that he was a little bit nervous in there,
when he did move me 2 times.
and that's maybe why he wasn't answering the questions so quickly.
Get everything in writing.
I think she was a little bit harsh. Yeah.
Happy to be done with it, and thank you again, Judge Judy.
You had a house that burned down.
A tragic fire had a silver lining.
How much did the insurance company settle with you for on the burnt out house?
Well,
That's a question. I expect an answer.
But did she take the money and run?
You did not rebuild the house. Do you get where I'm going, Miss Cassis?
no.
I have all the answers.
This is Judge Judy. Soraya Cassis is suing her former contractor, Tony Duarte, for failing to perform services on her home. after it had burned down.
Now it's case number 45 on the calendar in the matter of Cassis versus Duarte. Parties have been sworn in.
Ms. Cassis, according to your complaint, you had a house that burned down, demolition work to finish demolishing the house and to take away the debris. You claim that you made payments to him and he didn't fulfill his obligation. That's what the case is about. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're suing him for $5,000 for an unfinished project.
Well, I basically made a claim against his bond company, and my award for the bond company...
No, just...
Oh, we're not talking...
You're suing him today for $5,000. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, so I have a few preliminary questions for you.
Okay.
What was the address of the house that burned down?
Fran Street.
When did you buy Fran Street?
2007.
How much did you pay for the house in 2007?
I only paid $95,000, 97.
No. I want you to think very carefully. How much did you pay for the house? Just a second. In 2005, would it have been closer to 2005 when you purchased Fran Street?
Possibly, and it was...
Fran Street.
Yes. I'm sorry if I said the wrong number.
That's correct. And that house was purchased for approximately $88,000. Is that right?
No, I had two mortgages. The $88,000 was one mortgage. And
to whom?
It started out with Chase Bank, but they sold it in the secondary mortgage market like 3 times.
Who owned the mortgage on the house?
I did. May I say something?
No, I want you to
Okay.
I asked you a simple question.
Okay.
And I want you to understand, Ms. Cassis, that I have all the answers.
Okay.
You bought the house that we're talking about on Fran Street that burned down. How much did you pay for it when you purchased it? That's a simple question.
Your Honor,
I have homes over the years, and
I don't remember exactly. All I remember is that it was creative financing. Whatever was on paper, they gave me cash back so I could fix up the house. So I don't remember exactly what it was, but I thought it was 97.
I don't want exactly. Give me within $5,000. How much was it? You lived there.
I don't remember if it was 95 or 97,000. I don't remember.
Okay, 95. Shh, just a second. 95.
If you see the $88,000, that's the first mortgage. There was creative financing. They gave me back money. So that's why
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay.
Now, you insured the house for $230,000. When? Before you answer my question.
Okay.
You insured the house for $230,000 when?
I insured the house every year. Every year I would insure it for the maximum amount to rebuild, because I knew that I had to do that because building was expensive. So every single year I had maximum insurance on it.
Insurance. Okay, here we go. So the maximum insurance was $230,000. Your house burned down in what month and year?
November of 2017.
And at that time, the insurance company, according to you, was going to give you a payout of $230,000 to replace the house. That's according to your statement that you signed.
Your Honor, it was $230,000 because I have 3 estimates from 3 contractors that it would cost $230,000 at the end of the year. One of them is from Duarte, and I have 2 other ones from...
Just a second. I'm not finished questioning you yet. Don't get beyond my questions.
Sorry.
So the house that you paid under $100,000 for, you were now getting from the insurance company $230,000. Now, you had an electrical fire.
Yes, ma'am, but they were...
That's what you say here.
They were not going to give me...
That's what you say here.
Yes, there was electrical fire. The fire...
What I asked you, I said, you said you had an electrical fire.
According to the...
Where are you currently... I'm speaking. Where are you currently living?
I bought a house in California City.
You bought a house in California City, and the address of... Just a second. And the address of that house is 21... Is that right?
Yes.
Who owns that house?
I own it, but I just recently put it in a trust, for my daughters, but I don't know if it's been recorded yet.
How much did you pay for that house?
I got it. Basically, it's not a house. It's a town. They're attached together. So I paid.
You paid
$115,000.
115. That is correct. Now, who is Mark Anthony?
A person I gave a deli owner that I gave money to help him open up his deli. That I thought that was going to be my business. We had an agreement. After I bought the house, I invested in this deli, but he breached contract also.
So you are at the same time suing Mr. in another place?
I am, yes.
Yes.
I've already sued him, actually.
Okay, settled with you on the burnt-out house.
Well,
that's a question. I expect an answer. A figure, a number.
Your Honor.
A number.
A
number.
It's replacement costs and actual value costs. So when they settle.
No, I asked you a question.
Okay.
I expect a numerical answer. How much did the insurance company pay you for the house?
I received
that had an electrical fire.
I received $90,000 for property that was burnt. $90,000, and I received only.
That's not all you received.
Wait, I'm not done.
Come on.
I also received $120,000. I think it was $120,000 for a dwelling. I think. And then I had to pay off my mortgage, which left me with $70,000 to buy a new house.
Just a second. Just a second. I asked you for an entire figure. How much did you receive from the insurance company for the house?
For the house, $120,000 because I did not build.
And for the contents?
$90,000. $90,000.
How much did Mr. Duarte's bond company pay you?
The award or what they ended up paying me?
The award.
They awarded me $13,000.
Who? The bond company.
I made a claim with the bond company.
My question, Ms. Cassini, you made a claim with the bond company.
Yes, I did.
For how much? His bond company. For how much?
I made the claim. I requested the full $15,000, but
you requested $15,000 from his bond company. Okay. And how much did his bond company give you?
They ended up giving me only $4,800.
Do you get where I'm going, Miss Cassis?
No.
Do you get where I'm going?
No, Your Honor. I wanted to build my house. I have proof of a.
So what?
May I show you some situations whenever you're ready? I have all the proof in the world to show you the way this incident turned out.
Listen, according to your complaint, Ms. Cassis, you paid Mr. Duarte, according to your signed complaint, $4,500 in advance. You said he did not complete the work. He did not demolish, nor did he haul away the stuff that he was supposed to haul away so that you could rebuild the house. That's what this is about. Well, his bond company, probably with his consent, paid you $4,800. You did not rebuild, I'm speaking. You did not rebuild the $100 that you got from the insurance company for this electrical fire.
No, I didn't, ma'am.
You purchased another property.
No.
I'm just repeating
I did not receive $230,000.
What you just told me.
No, I never received $230,000 from the insurance company.
Well, you just told me you received $120 and $90.
You know, Your Honor.
That's what you told me.
Your Honor, let me tell you something. They didn't just give me that money. I had to work to protect myself because of what he did to me, okay? Now, if you would just let me speak and prove what really happened, I wanted my house to be rebuilt. A $250,000 house is much better than going into a condo in California City, okay? So, I mean, obviously I wanted to build. I have, through emails, been back and forth with him for 12 months, 10 months, okay? With his excuses. I had my attorney write him a letter. I have all of the proof right here. And
I don't care.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Ms. Cassis?
Yes.
Pay attention. This is not the Scopes trial. You paid him $4,800. You claimed he didn't do the work for $4,800. His bond company gave you $4,800.
And later today.
Show me pictures of what you're dissatisfied with the rear of the coming to the beach today?
No.
Today you're coming to court.
Soraya Cassis says her former contractor, Tony Duarte, never finished the demolition of her home after it had burned down.
Now, you paid him $4,800.
And he didn't.
You got $4,800.
No, because
from the bond company.
No, because now the demolition costs $8,000. I have the estimates.
Miss Cassis?
Yes.
Miss Cassis?
Yes.
Pay attention.
Yes.
This is not the Scopes trial. You paid him $4,800. You claimed he didn't do the work for $4,800. His bond company gave you $4,800.
And for the whole year, I paid $3,000 of fence rental. I had to put taxes on it, which is another $1,500. Okay, and the new estimate to do demo is $8,000. So that's where they came in. They did their investigation on everything I gave them, and I have the fence receipt.
How much money did you get from the insurance company?
$4,800
for your house.
But $4,800.
No,
but
that's his bond company. How much did you get from the insurance company for your house that burned down?
$120,000, but I had to pay a mortgage off with it. They didn't.
How much were you left with that enabled you to buy the house where you?
$70,000.
After they paid off the mortgage.
Yes.
And you used that as a down payment to buy another place to live.
No, I actually paid cash for the place that I live because I...
Okay, we're done here. Your Honor, you paid him $4,800. His bond company gave you $4,800.
Your Honor,
we're done.
Can I
Case
please...
is over. Period.
Your Honor,
we're done. I hope there are people.
I
hope there are people watching this case. We're done.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to add, sir?
I do. That's what I put up with for months, and it was never a demo. That's the part that upset me the most. Is that with my bond company, they would not accept any of my documented. I took screenshots of my phone where we had text messaging back and forth. I have one right here where it says, I can clean the whole place and dispose of the trash for $4,500. That's all I was doing. Someplace along the line, I guess her insurance company wanted it demoed. I said, to demo it, you need to get an engineer out there. We got to do. I told her all this stuff. I sent her emails. She ignored most of it. See,
we're done.
Parties are excused.
I just wanted to get rid of this person. This has been a nightmare for me. She did send documents to the insurance company saying that I was her contractor, and I said, no, I'm not.
Of Reyes Ruiz versus Linares. Step to the podium, please.
Jorge Reyes Ruiz is suing body shop owner Jorge Linares for improperly fixing his car after an accident.
Mr. Ruiz, the defendant is a mechanic, and you were in an automobile accident, and you were hit from behind.
Correct.
So the accident was clearly the fault of the other driver.
Correct.
Who had insurance.
Yes.
And that happened in what month and year, Mr. Ruiz?
September 2019.
2019 or 18?
It's a little blurry, 18, yeah.
And what was the damage to your car when it was hit from behind by another car?
Oh, it was just rear-ended.
So you had rear damage to your car?
Correct.
When did you take the car to be fixed by the defendant?
October of 2018, yeah, approximately. Yeah, because the car got damaged in September, so the adjuster...
No. First of all, you were coming to court today. This is what I'm trying to put together from your complaint. Your car was rear-ended by a car that had insurance. You took it at some point to the defendant. Prior to taking it to the defendant, you had another accident where a car hit your car in another location.
Correct.
That car took off. So when you specifically said to him, do not fix the other damage to the car because that wasn't caused by the person who hit me in the rear. That's what you say.
Correct.
Because you either weren't planning on fixing it or you didn't have the money to fix it.
Correct.
The defendant, according to you, dealt with the insurance company, and then you went to pick up your car. Was the rear of your car fixed?
Yes.
Is my question. And the rear of your car was fixed to your satisfaction?
No, it wasn't.
Well, show me pictures of what you're dissatisfied with the rear of the car.
I didn't bring it with me. I have pictures
Well, then you thought you were coming to the beach today?
No.
Today you're coming to court.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Is the damage that you're showing me on the driver's side and the fixed that you showed me the passenger side?
Yes, made a mistake.
You made a mistake. You know when you made a mistake?
Yes.
When you came here.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jorge Reyes Ruiz claims body shop owner Jorge Linares improperly fixed his car after an accident.
So this is what your case is about with the work that he did on the rear of your car. Because if you were dissatisfied with that work, you would have brought me a photograph, right?
Correct.
Right. What you state in your complaint was that the defendant also tried to fix or to make it look better where you had had the other accident, something that you didn't ask him to do and didn't want him to do because you weren't going to fix it. And so when you went to pick up your car, the work that the defendant was supposed to do on the rear was done to your satisfaction. He touched the side of your car. You say you were dissatisfied with the work that he did on the side of your car, and it cost you $4,000 to fix that work.
That is correct.
So now I would like to see two things. I want you to show me a photograph of the car before he touched it, after he finished it. Then I want to see the paid bill from the company that fixed it for $4,000, and I want to see a picture of the car that you drove to court with today. Do you understand what I want to see?
So you want a picture?
Mr. Ruiz.
Yes, I understand.
I want a picture of before the defendant touched the side of your car.
It's right here.
That's what the car looked like before he touched. Oh, that's a side swipe.
Yeah, somebody.
So
yeah.
now I would like to see what it looked like when he finished it, that you said you were dissatisfied with. Is that the same side of the car?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Now, could you put up the other picture first? Okay. Well, on one side, Mr. Ruiz, you're showing me the driver's side of the car.
That is correct, yes.
The other picture looks like the passenger side. Am I crazy?
No, you're right.
Is one side the driver's side and one side the passenger side?
Well, I when, I was...
Wait, just leave them both up there. Oh. Well, you look at them and then tell me, is the damage that you're showing me on the driver's side and the fixed that you're showing me the passenger side? That's either a yes or no.
Yes, they're two different sides of the car. I made a mistake.
What? You made a mistake. You know when you made a mistake? Do you know when you made a mistake, Mr. Ruiz?
Yes.
When you came here. Yeah, when you came here. Goodbye, Mr. Ruiz. Unless you have another picture you want to show me. Unless you want to show me the same side of the car.
I do, but I would have to go to my car
stupid?
and make a...
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
She spread lies after lies. Calling my dogs murderers. I don't deny her feelings. I deny the way she has gone on about it. It's ridiculous.
Your dogs weren't killed, sir.
Judge Judy.
I'm happy.
Well, I did come a little unprepared.
I tell you 3 times, please send it up, bring it over, and I take care.
When you don't have the correct information, there's really no case.
Now I'm gonna keep record for anything.
It's a lesson learned.
I lost control of the car, and that's when I hit the brick wall, the mailbox, and the fire hydrant.
A friend's wild ride.
He took the car.
She didn't take the car. She had your permission to drive the car.
Okay.
Now the car and the friendship are wrecked.
You want her to pay for all this stuff. It was your fault because you didn't have insurance.
Well...
This is Judge Judy. Jasmine Barris is suing her former friend, Mariah Howard, for crashing her car and for impound fees.
Judge's case number 166 on the calendar in the matter of Barris versus Howard. Parties have been sworn in.
Miss Barris, when did you buy this car that is the subject of this case?
2016.
And how much did you pay for it?
The total was $24,000. $800, I want to say.
And how long is the car note that you had on the car?
It was a 6-year term.
And during the course of the loan on the car, you were required by the company to have both liability and collision insurance on the car.
Okay. Liability, not collision. So.
Well, if you have your original loan papers on the car, it will tell you that you are required to have liability and collision as long as there's a loan on the car. Now, you knew that, right?
No, I wasn't.
Are you paying every month on this car?
$178 for liability.
Well, then you didn't have the right kind of insurance. And how much was the defendant, who was your friend, your roommate, she lived with you in an apartment, then she moved into, I think, your grandparents' home, your grandfather's house, and she lived with you there. I don't know where she is now. How much was she giving you, because she was using the car with your permission, how much was she giving you each month because you added her to your insurance so that she could be a driver?
Right.
How much was she giving you each month?
Half.
When she gave you half, did she give it to you in check or cash?
Cash. And she had been, a roommate for like a year at that time.
How long had she lived with your grandfather in your grandfather's house?
We lived there for like 8 to 9 months before this happened.
And how long did you live in an apartment together?
7 months, maybe.
Do you work in the same place?
We did.
When did you stop working in the same place?
When the company switched, our boss decided that he wanted to not be in charge of his company, and then he basically sold the contract to the original parent company, and we went back.
Worked together. Did you still work there, or did she still work there?
I still work there. She didn't.
Where did she go?
Oh, I'm not sure. She stopped working.
In what month did she stop working?
I believe the contract ended in the beginning of January.
Of 2021?
No, 2020.
2020. And you lived together until?
Until...
the end of the summer?
No, until June of 2020.
Yeah, she said she moved out in the summer. Do you know where she went?
No. I mean, I know where I took her. I took her to her mother's house, but I'm not sure, if she stayed there or where she decided.
Okay. So this is what the case is about. Despite the fact that you had an existing loan, which of course is terribly usurious, and people should be, if they could possibly avoid it, not buy a car on a 6-year note where the payments are astronomical, because you bought this car in 2016, and when the car was ultimately towed because the defendant had an accident in the car, which she was driving with your permission and which you should have had insurance on, you had the car towed to the front of your house, according to your complaint, and then you stopped making payments on the car. In what month did she have an accident? Of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
And you parked the car in front of your house, and you stopped making payments in what month?
March.
So in March, no payment. And in what month did the bank repossess the car?
March. Well, they picked it up from the tow lot, or from the impound lot.
Well,
that's when
but the car was parked in front of your grandfather's house.
The officer did not, when he watched this tow.
Don't tell me what the officer said, what the officer did. Miss Barris, the defendant had permission to drive your car. She paid for half the insurance. You told her what the amount was. She paid for half. You didn't have collision insurance on the car, which you're required to do if you have a loan outstanding on a car. Now they want from you $11,000 for the balance of the loan and money for towing. She said she had an accident. You want her to pay for all this stuff. It was your fault because you didn't have insurance.
Well, technically, I wasn't the one driving the car, and she took the car, and she was also...
Well, she didn't take the car. She had permission to drive the car, your permission to drive the car, and unless you
had access to the car.
Drive the car.
Okay.
And unless you have a police report, Miss Barris, which you might have, which would change my mind, that shows me that the accident was her fault, if you have a police report that I can see that shows me that the accident was her fault, I may be more sympathetic with you. So let me see the police report where, if you have it, that just shows me that the accident was her fault. As I read her answer, she said somebody cut her off.
Also, some of the report is not correct.
I don't know. You don't know that either. You weren't there.
Oh, well, I know from where she left from, and she left from my house. And if he's saying lemon, my house is not on lemon. It's on orange. So that I do know.
Well, what you show me is the police, although it's cut off, Party 1 caused this collision by making an unsafe turn, an unsafe turning movement. The beginning of it, let's go back up again. There were no witnesses to this collision, and it says Party 1's statement, which he made to the police, turned south onto Lemon Avenue from Orange at a speed of approximately 20. Party 1 was not using a cell phone, was wearing a seatbelt, and had not been drinking. And were you given a citation that day?
No.
As Party 1 completed the turn, a motorcyclist passed. She tried to avoid the motorcyclist and struck a fire hydrant. Summary, and then it just says a summary. She struck a brick wall and a mailbox and a fire hydrant. Party 1 was not injured. Party 1, I don't need to see pictures. It's not important.
I don't understand.
Is there a second part to that police report? It isn't.
No.
Okay, now I'm going to come over to the defendant for a moment, because I have to see if you have any responsibility at all, because the plaintiff's responsibility was to have the proper kind of insurance on her car.
Yes.
And not have her car repossessed. And if she had the right kind of insurance, she would have fixed the car, or the bank would have totaled the car, and she wouldn't be in the financial pickle she's in. But she didn't. Now, you went back to your mother's house after you left the plaintiff's grandfather's house?
Yes.
Is that where you're living now?
Yes.
With your mother?
Yes.
Are you working?
No, not right now.
Now, after this accident happened in February, is that right?
Yes.
And you stayed with the plaintiff until June, is that right?
Yes.
The car was towed in March, is that right?
Yes.
Did you and the plaintiff share your own room?
We shared a room.
Did you continue to share a room in March, April, May, and up until June when you left?
Yes.
When you lived in the apartment together, prior to moving into her grandfather's house, whose apartment was it?
A friend, a mutual friend.
Did that friend live in the apartment?
Yes.
Did anybody other than the mutual friend live in the apartment?
No.
How many bedrooms were in the apartment?
2.
Did you and the plaintiff share a bedroom in that apartment?
No.
Where did you sleep and where did she sleep?
She slept in the room and I slept in the living room.
Why did you leave the apartment to go
because
to her grandfather's house?
The other person, the lease was up, so it was time to move.
When you moved to her grandfather's house, were you paying any rent?
No.
Was the plaintiff paying any rent?
I don't know.
Were you working after February?
No.
Who was supporting you?
I'll support myself.
How?
I get general relief.
Is it from the general relief that you gave plaintiff the money for the insurance?
Yeah, sometimes.
When you say sometimes from general relief and sometimes from your working?
Yes.
Would you tell me what happened on the day that you took the car and you had the accident?
Yes, so I was making a left-hand turn and the motorcycle came from my right and he ran his stop sign and I was already in the midst of making my left-hand turn, so to avoid hitting him, I swerved, and I lost control of the car, and that's when I hit the brick wall, the mailbox, and the fire hydrant.
And the car was not drivable?
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today...
You can have your money and the woofer.
I actually want the item I purchased at the price I purchased at.
Well, I want to tell you something.
That I purchased twice
listen
for
to
her.
me. I want to be 5'8". It's never going to happen for me.
You're right.
Jasmine Barris claims former friend Mariah Howard borrowed her car and wrecked it. She is also suing for impound fees.
Now, when you called the plaintiff and let her know what happened, who arranged for the tow to the front of the house?
She did.
Had you always parked the car in the front of the house?
No, it would be parked in the driveway.
Did she say why she was leaving it in the front of the house?
Well, it was other cars in the driveway that would have to come in and out.
Other than you and the plaintiff, who else lived in the house?
And Zelda.
Oh, yes, Zelda.
How old is...
Well, she lived in her car, but in her...
She lived in the house. She lived at the house.
Okay. Prior to having the accident, how often had you driven the car?
Not often. We would be in the car together.
You'd be driving together, and who would...
I would say I probably drove it 3 times without her being in it.
And how often did you pay for the insurance on the car? How many months did you pay for insurance?
I'm not really sure.
Okay. Should have had better insurance, Miss Barris. Your case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
I did not tell her to take the car.
It is what it is, and ain't what it ain't.
I don't need better insurance. I need to have better friends.
I don't have no friends. Stay associates.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kofa versus Lore. Step forward.
Patience Kofa is suing Edwin Lore for the value of a subwoofer she sold him via the internet.
Miss Kofa, I don't know what a woofer is or a tweeter, and at my age, I like to keep limited what information I have in here. I just don't want it to dissipate. I don't want to add any more useless information in my brain.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I don't want to know about woofers and tweeters.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it?
Yes.
Mr. Lore, pay attention to me.
I will.
You sold the defendant on the internet. I've never done any commerce on the internet, but I understand that that's the way a lot of people trade these days. You sold him a woofer. A woofer is something that has to do with audio.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? He got it, and you didn't like what you got. You said it was not what I ordered.
Correct.
So you notified the company. In this case, I think it was Amazon.
Correct.
And they caused an investigation, whatever they do. And they gave you your money back.
Correct.
My question to you, Ms. Kofa, is when they give him his money back, do they take that money from you?
Your Honor, no. The money was never in my possession.
Just a second. So you never got paid for the woofer?
No.
But Amazon gave you money?
Correct.
And you also have her woofer?
That is correct.
You have to return it.
Okay, now here.
I want you to come.
Okay.
I want you to come to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to treat this strictly as a business.
Okay.
She started out with a woofer. She doesn't have a woofer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You started out with money.
Correct.
You still have...
Can I say something?
I just want to make sure we're on the
All right.
same...
Give me a chance to explain. The items
No, listen to me.
very large.
Just a second.
Okay.
Where is her woofer?
I have it.
Good. It has to go back to her. Okay. Now, if the issue is it will cost you some money to ship it back to her, that's something we can negotiate easily. But you can't have your money and the woofer.
I actually want the item I purchased at the price I purchased
Well, I want to tell you something.
That I purchased twice
listen
for her.
to me. I want to be 5'8". It's never going to happen for me.
You're right.
Listen to me. We all...
I understand, but you continue to advertise the item on Amazon. I purchased it twice, and she sent me a tracking number that was fraudulent.
Mr. Law,
And
Mr.
under her
Law,
instructions.
listen to me. You need a cathartic experience. Go to see Dr. Phil.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Would you like me to throw you out and dismiss your case? Is that what you want?
No, I would not.
You have two choices. Either you pay attention to my judgment, or I say, case dismissed, go back to Small Claims Court, New York. What's your preference?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patience Kofa says Edwin Lore owes for the value of a subwoofer she sold him over the internet. Edwin says Patience tried to...
You're not satisfied with the product.
It was not what I ordered. It was a discontinued model.
Who do you live with?
My wife, my children. Oh.
Go home and drive her crazy. You're not going to drive me crazy. Let me explain something to you.
Your Honor,
she's not giving you what you want.
I understand, and I played hardball.
Good, fine. But listen, I got things to do, places to go. She has to get back her woofer.
I understand that, but she should not be able to continue pulling the scam online that she's pulling.
Go to see the Attorney General. Go to the Better Business Bureau. I am a court, and I have other things to do today, so she has to get her woofer back.
Your Honor.
What do you want?
At this point, I want Mr. Lord to pay me for the woofer.
It's not going to happen.
Your Honor.
Listen to me. It's not going to happen.
It don't work.
Listen
the
to me.
Don't work.
It's not going to happen.
Your Honor, Mr. Lord has proclaimed to be a DJ, meaning he's been utilizing this equipment for a year.
Listen to me. Listen to me. It's coming back to you.
Your Honor,
It's coming back to you. You mailed it to him, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
How much did it cost you to mail it to him?
$111.43.
Do you have that?
I have the proof of delivery
No,
that
not
he
the proof,
received.
just how much it cost you, because whatever it is, I'm going to deduct that, so he's going to have to send it back.
Just the proof of delivery. But, Your Honor, Mr. Lord has stated to me over and over when I attempted to get this item back, he sent him what he wanted.
Listen to me carefully. That's why you're here.
I agree with you. That is why I'm here.
No, you're not paying attention. Your lawsuit seeks the return or value of merchandise. I am ordering the return of merchandise less what it costs to ship it. That's what you're getting. That makes you whole.
Your Honor, he has refused
you can say Your Honor all you like.
He
Okay.
has refused to ship this for a whole year. He's not going to ship it.
Listen to me. You should have come sooner. Now you're here.
Your Honor.
Now I'm going to give you what you want, which is the return of your merchandise. Put your hand down. I don't want to hear you. Now, just so that you understand, where do you come from?
New York.
Great. You do want to get back to New York, don't you?
I'm having fun out here.
That's great. You want to give us back the tickets that we sent to you?
No.
Right. You know, I cut right to the chase.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
The merchandise goes back to her. We're going to hold all the checks until she gets her merchandise back. We are eliminating from part of it, but it's going second. But we're holding all the checks, yours too, until she gets her merchandise. Do you understand? Is that fair?
That's all I wanted from the beginning.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Great. Just as long as I have you on tape, it's fair, right? Perfect. Cost you $111?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. And how much did he pay for the woofer?
$900.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Your Honor, can I ask
Judgment for the
something?
plaintiff.
Your Honor, he's been utilizing this merchandise for a year.
Would you like me to throw you out and dismiss your case? Is that what you want?
No, I would not.
You have two choices. Either you pay attention to my judgment, which I've now rendered, or I say, case dismissed, go back to Small Claims Court, New York. What's your preference?
Proceed, Your Honor.
What's your preference?
Proceed, Your Honor.
You are to return the merchandise within 5 days of your return, less the $100, which you will be awarded, and she gets her woofer back. Do you understand?
I understand.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all.
Please excuse me, step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I said, send my woofer back so you can get what you want. He said no.
I didn't want to get stuck paying shipping on an item. Why should it cost me money on her mistake?
How did I know he wasn't going to call Amazon again and get his money returned to him and have 2 of my properties?
I called her out on it. I played hard.
Longer sell on Amazon.
I'm pretty surprised